Hope everybody's having a really wonderful Friday. We're having some fun tonight. Just gonna let some beautiful classical music play for you for a bit. Look at that. Hell yeah. Nice, Preston. Good for you, man. Play the hell out of that thing. I just turned the volume down on it just a little bit. Charlie, I don't know. It could be at my end, but it sounds great in my headphones. And it appears to be doing well in the stream. Yeah, I just turned it down a little bit. Let me make sure my settings are correct. It's all good. Okay. Cool. Oh, oops. Let's start that over again. I clicked the wrong place. There we go. That was my bad. One never knows with old computers. Go.
I'm headed to the 13th floor. If the ride don't stop, I'll wait until the end.
If anybody is at all interested in playing a little guitar with me tonight, we're gonna try some stuff on here. And I'm only playing original music right now just because some of this stuff is really new that I'm working on and still mixing and such, so hoping to have somebody join me for a little guitar playing tonight. I'm gonna play some guitar. If you would like a link, hit me up. We'll figure out a way to get you a link to it. Most folks, I'm pretty friendly with Flash and YouTube or other social media platforms. I hope everybody's doing good. What's happening? What is happening? Camellia, how are you doing tonight? Charlie, it's great to see you. We may play a little acoustic guitar tonight also. I don't know. We'll just see how this thing goes. I took a shower today, put a new t-shirt on. That was a good thing. Lit my room up a little bit better, I think. A little brighter and a little more maybe clear. I don't know how things are going. I made some adjustments to OBS to hopefully help my stream become a little bit more clear and a little less plugged or blurry, things like that. Hopefully it's working well. So I'm gonna give this one little thing a try here. Let me see if I can find it. Here we are. Where are you? There you are. Okay. I'm gonna see how this goes through. And I will give credit for the backing tracks tonight. So if you like what you hear, you can go find them. All these keys, shred metal, great, a great key to play solos in. Dangerous. I'm looking through them right now. I know you can't see me, and I am subscribed to be sure to subscribe to Elevated. Did I? A little bit of, yeah, E flat. Let's try this one. We'll see what happens here. This might already be into it. My computer to do a lot right now. Computer to be kind of a little Okay. I'm going to try and do this again. Let me see. I'm going to try and do this. Let me do this. Yeah, these old I'm not sure. Let me check my audio. Let's see what's happening here. Okay. Okay, I may just needed to have refreshed that track up. Okay. We'll go here, see if this works. Yeah. I don't know how the video is working right now. See if my boy, my good friend has decided to come on with me. And I'm going to give him a little clue right now. I'm going to tell him that the key of this song is F sharp. I don't want you all to put a big, put your hands up, get the lighters going. Get the lighters going for Mr. Richard, the Foul Crow.
Hey,
There he
up?
is.
Are we having fun
Hey,
yet?
brother. How you?
F
Are you
sharp,
hearing the
huh?
You hearing the music good? All right, here we go.
I was. Holy Jesus Christ, that guy's ugly. Would you get that guy off the screen?
Here.
Oh, yeah, that's way
Yeah,
better.
well, there we go.
Way better.
Right. All right.
Some of it.
Nice. Sounds good.
So I just want to make sure it was making guitar sounds. Hey, yours is making guitar sounds too. That's cool. Merry Christmas, everyone. Nope, I can't hear the music now.
You can hear the music okay?
I cannot hear the music.
You can't. Well,
No.
isn't that interesting?
What happened? Are you sharing with me?
Well, I'll be.
You're not sharing with me. Are you being all
What?
stingy?
I may have to do that. There you
That's. So I still got chords messed up here. This thing work?
go. Okay. There we go.
I was just seeing if it was making noises. It was. I don't even know what my amp's set
Right
up
on.
for.
You found
Let me
it.
turn off my.
There we go. Yeah.
Let me turn that. See, I had the overdrive on, and my reverb was all funky. Whoops.
Sounding good.
Okay.
All
We're
right.
going for clean right now. So.
Oh, that
Man,
sounds
do I look all
amazing.
grainy to you? I look grainy to me.
Yeah, I'm in desperate need of a little bit. I'm gonna move my window down here. So
Seriously, I don't under. I
yeah,
gotta
and I just
move the
realized that
camera
nobody was
back.
hearing the backing track.
Nobody cares about the backing track when you play Marshall. Nobody cares about the backing track when you
Right
play.
now, well, I try and be melodic. That's the thing.
You know.
Yeah,
I mean,
you
I'm
look
just
a
saying,
little
change
grainier
my
than what I've
mind.
seen. Yeah.
No,
Is
well, you can't
is
trust
your
my
screen
eyes
really
because
bright?
it is fairly bright, but
Yeah.
and I tried adjusting it down. I tried turning the brightness down, and it seemed like it went from one extreme to another. See if I go to here, and this is a whole new setup, by the way. Nothing's the same, and everything is different. I go to properties. I got a little crazy this afternoon after we got done chatting earlier. Yeah,
I'll bet you
deleted
did,
a bunch
man.
I deleted a bunch of shit, bro. I mean, I was deleting stuff off the computer. It was crazy. I think I lost half my songs. Oh wait, I don't write songs. All right, let's see
Right.
here. We turn this brightness
Well,
down just a little bit. Come on, there we go. little bit, and then what happens if
I'm
I
gonna tune up a
bring
little bit here and see where.
contrast? Yeah, you go ahead. I'm trying to make myself look beautiful, which is somewhere near impossible.
The sharpness might be a little
Saturation's too
hot
high.
in OBS on your
Yeah,
camera.
I think that's part of it too, is the
Is
sharpness.
that
Yeah, I just brought the sharpness down to about 150 there, so it's okay. I don't like saturation.
you look so hot, dude.
Oh, wait. That's Jade's job. What am I doing? What's white balance do?
Right? Oh yeah, only Jade. Try it.
I can't. It says fuck you. I can't move it. Oh, I see.
Oh, it
'cause
might be set to
whoa!
auto.
It was.
Oh, yeah, there you
no,
go.
wait, let's go back to auto. Yeah, the auto is better on that one.
Yeah.
Backlight
Check your
compensation is
exposure.
at 0. Oh, that's over
Check
in
your
here.
exposure. You might.
Pretty high.
We'll get. Isn't he?
That's
hot?
at. That's at -5.
Mhm. Take it up to -4. They're small numbers, I know. You gotta have a magnifying glass.
Yeah, it's a pain in the butt. No, -4. I think 5's gonna win it. 4 or 5. That's 5.
That's fine.
And that's 4. I'm going with 5. And then pan tilt focus is at 20. Exposures, yeah, zoom is all the way out. Apply it. Say, okay, we're done fucking with that now. Okay.
All right, on. Let's get to some playing. Yeah, looks good. You look great. You'll be tweaking it. And Mark was telling me yesterday that I needed to brighten my room a little bit, and I've done that and feel like things are looking pretty darn good.
I
At
got
this
indirect going.
Uh,
My lights are now behind my screen, so I have the screen lights from my multitude of
Yeah.
screens. But I also have the soft yellow going behind it, reflecting off the wall, which is
Yeah.
white. So, and that works pretty good.
Oh yeah,
It's not
You got
harsh.
some
The plant
backlights
light's
going
super
on.
harsh. So I have
Nice.
2 desktop audio
Well, it
feeds
appears that
in my audio mixer.
2.
Yeah. I have desktop
Really?
audio. That's what it's named,
Exact-
desktop audio. And then I have desktop/Focusrite USB. And they both do exactly the same thing. Literally. Both are the same source.
Huh.
Isn't that fun? I think it's because I defaulted
you,
and I had
can you
already
do-
created the source.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. I don't know if you can delete those out of there. Oh, yeah, you can. You can just click on it and hit the garbage can. Get rid of one of them. Ian's Guitar Shack. Hello, it's Zach. Welcome, brother. We're just working out some technical shit and helping one another figure out how to make us both look pretty. Which
Yeah, I
is
think
difficult.
I think what I'm going to do is
way
I'm just
too-
going to hide it. I'm going to hide the one that says desktop audio. I don't need it there.
Yeah, mute it and hide it. Yeah, that's what I end up doing.
Yeah. I haven't added my
Yeah, 'cause it seems-
my camera phone back in yet, but I'll get to that, the Droid Cam thing.
The droid
But
can.
I'll get to that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I haven't.
gotta-
I haven't used that for quite some time. My droid.
I like
cam.
it when I got to go outside, or when I'm like, I
Um,
was going to use it one day when I was working on my car, because I get Wi-Fi at the car, and I could have just done it, or I get 5G, either way. But I
Yeah.
couldn't, so I could not use the microphone. It's discussed earlier.
Right. So what we're hoping to be able to do tonight is, and I'm really grateful to Richard for coming on and helping me work this system out, which we did a little test today and it seemed to work pretty good.
I'm playing around with my
Getting stuff all
positioning here,
situated.
trying to look
Yeah.
my best.
So we did a stream together. Where'd you go?
I'm
Oh
here.
yeah, look at that. Now you can see the whole guitar neck. Yeah.
Well, except for the tuner part.
So we did a little. Yeah, but that's not important, and especially if there's a snark on it, because that just
There's
looks
no
stupid.
snark. I don't.
But
My
that's me.
snark died. It's dead. Thrown in the trash.
Oh,
I just use the one on my phone or the one
As if you
in
need
Reaper
one.
or the one in Nolly or
whatever.
Rebay. You know, yeah. I got lots of tuners. I don't need.
Are you playing through? Are you playing through Rebay right now? Is it the
Yes,
amp
I am.
you're
As a
using?
matter of fact. Oh, that brings up a question. The other day, you were opening a sim window for one of the amps. I don't remember which one, Petrucci or Nolly, doesn't really matter. And you said something about let's float that window. What does that mean?
Oh yes.
And how do you
You know
do
the
it?
big white. When you open the plug-in and you can see here, I'll show you.
Right, you can see all the
Let's
choices.
That. This is so right now. Yeah, right now you can see my monitor, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And here's Petrucci, right?
Right.
Okay. And let's go to the amp. All right. So here's Petrucci. What you can do is you can go up here to. You've got all this white shit around the plug-in that is basically useless and taking up
Right.
space on the screen. So you go to Effects. And you go down here and say Window Float Selected Effects. When you click on that, you can kill that window, and now you've got just the plugin.
Effects. And what's it say? Window what?
Float Selected Effects or Windows Float.
Window float
it's about
selected
2/3
effects.
of the way down.
Yeah,
Yep.
I see it now.
And if
Except
you
I moved
click
the
on
mouse
that, that
too fast.
white background will go away.
Aha! Now the white background
We'll
is
get
all
this
by
figured
itself, but the amplifier's not in it anymore. So I could
Just-
put this
yeah, but
over
just
on another
X out the
screen.
white window.
Well, I could exit out, but if I want to
Mm-hmm.
change amps, I can also just click there and then float that window, right?
Yeah.
Now that I know
And
how
I
to
think
do
you
that,
can
thank you.
you can take that big white window and you can shrink that big white window down to just having the effects parameters in it. I think I haven't done that. I usually just close it. Cool, cool.
Well, I'm happy with the
Holy
size. I'm happy with the size right now. So. What happened? I didn't do it.
Good. That's what she said.
Uh-huh.
Jack, what's happening? Holy smokes! Look at
Oh,
that.
jumping Jack Flash.
good grief.
It's a gas. Wait, did I say that out loud? Hey, Jack Flash, welcome.
So, so what our goal here was to be able to play along with a backing track in a stream and be able to have two of us play together. And I can see that it's going to take a little bit of mixing maybe to get things sounding right for the average listener, because we don't want to cause any hearing damage. Because I've already done that to myself.
Speak for yourself.
Plenty.
I'm bitter.
so-
I would rather I'd rather create hearing damage
What?
in everyone else so I don't feel so alone.
Well, try singing more.
I'm an asshole. I'm an asshole.
Wait a minute. Did I
Yes,
say
yes,
that out loud?
I know I've actually been working on a few songs. I got to learn shit about harmony that
So
I
let's,
don't understand.
Go ahead. Oh,
No,
cool.
it's just completely off topic. I need to
Oh,
learn
man.
about singing
Well-
harmony. That's a new thing.
Yeah. Intervals is tough, man. It's almost like math.
I don't,
Numbers
let's
is
not
tough,
talk about
man.
that now.
You know.
Math makes my brain hurt
Right?
and cramp.
Major third. There's a
So I
gotta
presume
try and
you have
sing
a
a
few
minor
backing
second,
tracks that you got in
right?
there.
So
I
if you
found
hit-
something kind of cool.
you, well, lay it down. Let's hear it.
Well, we're going to have to cut, whoops. I turned that the wrong way. I already turned it down. So if I share, come
Here we
here.
go. No, timing is everything. Intervals are important.
Timing is everything. Intervals are important. Okay. So if I go,
Yeah.
well, that's the wrong screen. This is the one I wanted.
Here we go.
Jesus Christ.
Stumbling blocks.
Now it's testicle
stumbling
difficulties. There we go. Okay, now we're back where we need to be. I like that. I can shrink OBS and then
Excellent.
make that be normal. That looks good. Now I can see chat. That's fucking awesome. I mean, I can see chat and StreamYard
Preston.
too, but I
love
prefer
you,
the
man.
black background here. So I found this. This is called 1 hour of lead guitar practice, backing track compilation. So this has got some changes in it, and each one is about 7 minutes or so. We don't have to play that
kidding.
long, of course, but it's got different segments. So if you wanted to play for 2 or 3 minutes, about half of it would be there, and you know, we'll work all that out later. But this sounded kind of interesting. Tell me what you think. I'm gonna share it, and tell me how much you hate it. Present
Let's
screen.
let me remove that from the.
And 1 hour of lead guitar practice. Share that, and then you don't. I don't care if you show it or not. I'm going to start playing it once you're ready.
Yeah, but I
people
have
wanna-
to. I have to add it to the stage. Yeah, so it's on the stage now, but nobody can see it. And I can
Should
just
be
go
able to hear that.
I can let y'all see Richard. Yeah.
You can hear that, all right?
Dude. Yeah, it sounds great.
Okay. So on this one,
So
I was
that's,
doing something a little different
that's,
than my normal. Here. I'll tell you if he's right. He's going to tell you the chord progression. I think
I
you
already
got it
know.
right there.
But I have a very well trained ear. I just played.
Yes, you do. I know what it is because I'm looking at the fucking chords.
Right?
But yeah.
And that's
it's-
cool because. So this is. E to Ram.
I was going pretty good earlier. Hang on a second.
Yep, doing good.
Skipped right over D. I'm nervous.
Let me
Choking.
try it.
Okay, go ahead.
So that one actually does have a modal shift in it. When it goes to the A major, there's a C sharp that you have to play. And then it goes to the C,
Well-
you gotta play a C note.
Yeah, it's a C. The chord progression is E minor to A major, C major, D major, back to E minor. And then this is the bridge.
Pause that
AC
last
3
one.
times. Yeah.
Pause the backing track real quick, brother. Okay, so let's talk about that real quick, just in the world of theory and what I know.
Sure.
So E minor to A major. Let me turn off all this delay and shit. We'll go clean. Right? So those two chords together, if you hear them, the blues scale will work great over them, but it technically is an E Dorian scale. And the reason it's E Dorian is because of the A major chord. That note, which makes it an A major, is a C sharp. Now I realize you don't know this, but C sharp is not in the key of E minor. If you add a C sharp to an E minor chord, it sounds like this.
Very
Kind of
discordant.
an odd sounding chord, right?
Yeah.
But over the A chord, it's got that C sharp note ringing. And then the next chord is a C. So you have this modal shift where when you're soloing over the E chord, the E minor to A major, you would play a scale something like this. So you got that. When it goes to the C, that note becomes a half step away. So play that progression again and let me play this modally and melodically so you can hear what's going on. Now I know this is probably what I'm talking about might be way over
No,
your head right
I
now,
got the
Richard,
gist
but
of what you're saying. I don't expect to
this is
understand every word, but I just started it over, so it wasn't my first.
Okay. So I'm playing. Alright, so now the blues scale works over it all the time.
I see that.
But if you're playing modally,
All right.
but the blues scale will always.
Which is what I do sometimes, and there's pieces of other modes that I know or that I've figured out notes and parts of, and so I'll just go after.
Yeah.
I'll just go after what I can do. I'm getting better at doing G and G sharp, kind of using the same pattern I do with. I'm real familiar with the B minor, my favorite key. And I. Yeah, this whole thing just goes around different little patterns like that. All revolves around the same chords, but it's like an hour long. You can play to this thing forever.
Right. Well, and one thing I would like to point out. Let me just say this about this backing track and what channel. I don't have this screen very big. but,
JRS
they
Music.
Okay. They Yeah, but technically it's not even D major, it's D mixolydian because of that C chord is when it go okay. Number one, the title, the chords that they write down, E minor, A, C, D, E minor. A what? Is it A major or A minor or A augmented or A diminished? It could be any of those.
I
So when
just
they
played
put
A major,
up there,
yeah.
It bugs the shit out of me. Is
Yeah,
it C
I was
or is
playing
it
A
C minor? Right. That's what
Right.
it is. It sounds like major. But they should be, these types of titles, and when they show progressions, it's, and this is not Rick Beato. I did this long before Rick Beato I ever fucking knew who Rick Beato was. But every chord should have its defined name on it, because you go to a blues jam at an
That makes
open
sense.
mic and somebody goes, it's a blues in A, right? And so I'm going, or the guy goes, and I go, and we're playing two different chords. So it'd be very,
Yeah.
these titles are kind of deceiving because they don't say, you have to listen to it to know, oh shit, that's an A major. It's not an
Yeah.
A minor.
And that's basically
And if
what
it
I was
wasn't
doing. You said play the chords sometimes. That's what I was trying to do with this one.
Yeah. Find those chordal, those notes inside the chords that fit the notes inside the chord that you can play in your solo. And that's where you become a very melodic player, by not using the blues scale or the pentatonic fucking scale.
Right. So what I
And
was trying to
using the
do was
minor.
get the scale, or not the scale, get the chord progression so that I could play along with it pretty well at whatever it is, 82 beats a minute or whatever it is. It's not super fast. Anyway, and then I would look and start trying to find those notes from those chords based on the shift that I was looking at on the deal, because it changes color as it goes through. And when I was doing it all by myself with no pressure, I did okay. But I choked big time when I started doing it here. I couldn't even get the chord progression right. And I was doing that really well earlier.
And one thing I wish I could.
So.
Yeah. Now, were you following the dots on this chord or the scale diagram up there?
I
Just
wasn't
curious.
doing shit with that scale diagram. It was too confusing for me because there's too many dots. Too many of them.
Right.
I like, where's the pattern? That just looks like I can play any note on the fucking fretboard and I'm fine. Which is completely not true.
Yeah. And see, the bummer is they show backing track and they show the E minor or E Aeolian mode, but if you use the E Aeolian mode over that entire progression, there are going to be some shitty sounding fucking notes in that.
Yeah,
And
which
it's really
is
a
why I
bummer
stopped using
that
that
they don't.
diagram.
Right. Now, what I don't know is if when the chord changes to A, if that diagram would change. And that would be
That I
kind of a
don't
neat
remember.
thing. Push play. Let me see what happens.
Push play.
I mean, being a teacher, this stuff bugs it.
Yeah, no, it
No,
doesn't.
it doesn't.
It's the same diagram. Yeah.
So that diagram is
diagram.
totally, I mean, there have to be two diagrams in order to make this that diagram legit. But
Because then it could make sense, because you could separate the patterns. Because I am starting to see patterns, just like you said I would.
Right.
When I started doing
Right.
this and I started doing my scales, you said you will start seeing patterns, and the same patterns are everywhere on the fretboard. 100% true.
like
I can
Yeah.
say.
the micro patterns that happen, like minor scale. That one being E minor, we'll do it up at the 12th fret. So you got that micro pattern, you know, a whole step and a half step.
Yeah.
And the next pattern in that is the same micro pattern. So that scale has two of the identical micro patterns in a row. And then there's a third micro pattern. Oops, I'm sorry. Which is a two full step.
There it is.
I'm trying to.
I was just trying to figure it out. I do it all the time. I try and figure out a scale. I'll start on a note on the fretboard somewhere, random note, and go. I don't know what the note is. I just try and figure out what the scale is coming from that note. Just a regular major scale. I don't get fancy with minors and That'd make my brain hurt. We don't want to do that. My brain is old.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
but
For I think what you're doing right now, what you just described in your method of finding stuff, it's a lot like what I was doing when I was 14 years old, taking guitar lessons from a jazz guitar instructor that was telling me, okay, that's a C sharp, and this scale is C sharp Aeolian, and that's this pattern. You hit these notes inside that pattern or inside that scale. This is C sharp Lydian, and these are the notes that are inside that scale. And my ear, and then we went, to these other classes that would train our ears. They would play a Lydian mode scale. Didn't matter what key it was, and it was my job to identify what mode that was by ear. I didn't see it.
Not key.
All I did was hear.
You didn't have to get the key. You had to get the mode.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep. And my guitar teacher would do this to me. He'd turn his back to me like this, and he'd do this. He'd go, "What mode is that?"
That's the note mode. That's the note mode.
Well, yeah. Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do. Right?
Yeah.
That's what I just played. I could always hear that one. It's a fucking Ionian mode. But then he'd do something like this. What mode is this? What mode is that? I mean,
Fuck if I know. Right. Yeah.
That's
Completely
where,
odd.
Right. You have to be able to identify intervals. And what my first impression when I hear just something like that, regardless of the key it's in, I can play the exact same scale.
Right. Voice it differently.
I hear that minor second right out of the gate, and I'm like, okay, it's either Locrian or Phrygian. I got two choices in that, right? And then I have to decide which one is it. It's really interesting to have that type of
I presume those kinds of things will come with time, but I'm enjoying playing. I'm enjoying doing the things I do. I like noodling a lot more because I have more choices. I don't, and I'm starting to do different things with my fingers, not just the box movements, but I'm skipping notes and moving from one place to another on the fretboard because I know that little pattern will work right here. I know those notes, whatever the piece might be, that I can get right here. I can get like 6 notes in here, and then I can go back down here to the blues, and I can mix those. I jump on the keyboard a lot, or on the fretboard a lot, and I know I don't have to, but first I got to finish the learning that I'm doing now. Once I know where the notes are, that'll become automatically easier, 100%.
Yeah. And with you using the method of the circle of fourths, which I've shared with several folks, even Jack Flash, I gave that to Jack, and he was like, holy shit, dude, I can't believe it's that easy. Yeah, that's how you can learn your root notes. Yeah, you can learn your root notes. It's already happening. And then, the only real big step beyond that is knowing where the octaves of those notes are.
That's coming too. I mean, bits and pieces. I get fits, like I know that's G. Whoops. I know that's a G, and then I know that's a G. I'm not trying to learn that. That's just happening. Some of it happens because I'll know, that's where I ended the scale, and I know that was the start of the new scale, because you do 7 notes and then you start over again at 1.
Yeah. Everything
and
just repeats
I go,
itself.
that's the 1 again. That's a G. Okay, I mean, it's little things like that. I discover stuff every day. I can't remember what it was just day before yesterday that I was sitting here doing something, and I know what I was doing. I was messing around with it, playing a minor of some chord. And I realized that if I do the full bar, I don't know if it's a minor, but instead of being here on the D minor here, I don't know if I can hold my hand in a way you can see that. If I go here and put the the A in it here. At the top, bottom, however you want to look at it. It sounds terrible until I lift my fuck you finger. Then it sounds minor-ish, but not. This should be minor. Isn't this minor here? On
It would be easier, number one, to decipher what you're doing if you turned off all the distortion on your guitar and all the reverb and all the delay to do that, because, right? But just make it a clean. There you go.
Is that better?
Right.
So
yeah, much better. That's much clearer.
That's D. I'm just muting the A.
Yeah.
That's D minor. Okay. If I grab the A,
yeah,
is it still D minor?
It's
now I'm grabbing. I'm grabbing on this.
Yeah.
Because this is definitely D minor, 100% of that. It's just muted.
It's just what?
Is it just a fuller D minor? I'm asking stupid questions because I think about shit like this.
What you're doing is you're adding a fifth, because the A note is already the note A is already in the chord that you're playing.
Yeah. On the high E, right?
Yeah, it's in there twice, in fact. It's also on the D string.
Yep.
That's A. So here's what I like to say. When you add that low note, that low note, that's the metal D.
That makes sense.
It's a legit way to play that chord. Yeah, that's how Metallica and all the Gojira and all those bands make those chords that are. But you start adding that fifth, and it's an interval of a fifth. D to A is an interval of a fifth.
Is a fifth.
And if you're playing the full D minor chord, right?
Mm-hmm.
You get a hole in your lip?
Yes. You got a hole in my lip.
Right. So it's really just that's what I call it, is anti-adjack. Guess what? I still can't see you, brother. But welcome.
Still can't see anti-adjack. Yeah. That's so fucking ridiculous.
There's legitimately nothing wrong with adding that note in the bass, and you could call it D minor over A, which is just if you saw it written down, it's A in the root note.
That click, ding, that turned the light on. Yeah.
Whoops. D minor over A. So it looks like that, right? So your chord looks like that. If you see it in a chord book, it's going to be written down D minor over A. All that ever means, if it says E minor over B flat, right? So you see that in a songbook.
I'm adding the B.
E minor over B flat. Right. That's going to be a real ugly chord and hard to finger, but you could technically play it like this. There's your B flat in the bass, B flat note in the bass, and here's your E minor. So your chord would sound
Yeah, that's awful.
So you just, that. Right? You have that B flat in the bass, and now you're. Right? I just wrote something out that was completely ridiculous, but a jazz song would have chords like that. They do something weird.
Right.
They would do something like that. So,
right.
But D minor over A, there's nothing wrong with that. And I do that constantly, man. And a lot of my music that I've written, I will do a big. And all of those chords have that big low note in them.
Yeah.
So there's absolutely nothing wrong. And you can do it with major seventh chords. Let's say D major 7. Well, you can add that. I don't know if you know a D major 7th yet, but
I don't know D major 7. I know that's D. I think. Yeah, that's D.
yeah. Let's not worry about shaping that one. I need to draw that one for you. It might be kind of hard for you. Right. But
Is that it?
that's a G dominant 7 or an A dominant 7. Sorry.
Interesting.
See,
I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just pushing fingers down on the fretboard. I moved the pinky because I had the and then I moved this down here on B and up 1 fret. So I don't know. It sounded kind of cool. I don't know what it was.
You're playing a.
Yep, that's exactly it right there.
And F sharp over D. Be careful because that's a pretty ugly chord. D over
Yeah,
F
but I
sharp,
could see where you could use those notes in a progression that would sound pretty cool, though.
That's almost a D major 7. In fact, it is. There you go. That's what you just did. D major 7. That's cool. Nice job, Preston. I see the F sharp over D. And this monitor, my monitor's going a little funky. I'm gonna have to buy a new monitor. Yeah, it's the classic. Let's see.
Yeah.
F sharp over D, or D over F sharp. Classic. Yeah. And the whole, the big Pink Floyd tune that did that. Man, it's the 6 of the 1 is the 2 of the 4, yeah, and the 5 of the 2. Yeah. The 6 of the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is the 2 of the is the 3 of the 4. 1, 2, 3, yep, and it's the 2 of the 5. Yep. Which,
okay, that makes my brain hurt right now, but I'm gonna remember that.
It's a pretty easy. Check this out. Let me show you what he's talking about. So we'll call the 1 G.
Can you make yourself bigger?
G, and I'm. Yeah. I can do that. I can zoom in. We'll do this. Where's my mouse? There's my mouse. That'll make me.
Give me the big
now
Marshall.
It's all me. Yeah. It's all me.
I need that big stack.
All right, so we're gonna
Marshall.
just use G major. So we got 7 notes in the key of G major, right? 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5, 6, 7, 1, right? So the 6 of the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is E, right?
Yeah.
Now the 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. The 6 of the 1 is the 3 of the 4. 1, 2, 3.
That's the 3.
And it's the
Okay,
2.
okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it's the 2 of the 5. So 5
2 of the
or
5.
1, 2. That's all that means, and that is.
Wow.
I really haven't.
That's,
I haven't used that much.
it makes sense. I don't know how much I'm gonna use it, but I'm gonna remember it.
Right. But that is a cool little math equation. I know that. I haven't really applied that. Not like unintentionally. I probably use that idea often in my compositions, but in my music, because I try and write stuff that's not real simple, not 1, 4, 5 stuff very often at all. So that's.
I just try and find progressions I like.
Another.
I listen to these backing tracks, and when I hear progressions I like, I try and play them and do as as best as I can right now with my rudimentary counting skills, try and make different rhythms with it.
Yeah.
Once I'm able to make my own drum tracks, I can figure out what drum comes where, and I know how to put them together, it'll be a little better. I know you can do the canned tracks, rock, whatever. You can do those. But I like what you do. That's really cool. You put it together with the drums you want to make the sounds you want to make. And I like that.
Yeah. Well, that's just experience, and I played a lot of fucking drums in my life. And it's funny to watch guys like there are some really good drummers out there. Don't get me wrong, and I don't play drums very often, but you gave me 2 days sitting behind a drum kit, and there's a lot of drummers out there that would be like, oh fuck, and I'm not kidding. I am no slouch behind a drum kit. And that was part of my growing up and playing guitar, learning to play in fucking time.
Yeah.
I didn't get all double kicky and all that stuff, but I am solid as a fucking rock, and I got groove, and I can feel the timing, and I can, ghost notes and all that. Man, I spent hours and hours and hours all the way through high school playing. I mean, every week, hours upon hours behind a drum kit, and that is no joke. So it's kind of funny to watch guys. Everybody thinks it's really cool to watch somebody play drums on the internet or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Do that on guitar. Play that song on guitar. Now you're going to start impressing me, because just about anybody with a bit of time can sound pretty damn good on a drum kit. Not to belittle drummers, but
I get it.
I see it all the time, and it's
It's like playing a keyboard as opposed to playing the guitar. Now, I could play a keyboard fairly well, and I could sit down for a couple of days and practice, and I'd be decent again. I mean, there's a lot of memories up here that would come back, memory muscles that would come back pretty quick. But what I can't do is translate that to this, because the piano is completely linear to me, 100% linear. This does not feel linear to me in any way, shape, or form at all. It's all over the fucking place.
It's a roller coaster.
Yeah.
Right?
So learning to play the piano,
roller coaster.
and I'm not taking anything away from piano players. I love piano players. I am one.
Yeah.
But that's fucking easy. Tempos and times and crescendo and fortissimo and when you're learning classical music and all those things, those are different. Learning the difference between a half and a quarter and an eighth rest, especially when they come right after each other, and there's a note in between. So you got a half rest, a quarter note, 16th note, an eighth note, and then between those you're resting for a 16th. That's where the complication comes. It's a composure. Playing the piano, it's the same fucking 13 notes in a row from the bottom to the top in a line. So the same over and over and over and over and over again. That's it. So it's kind of like the drum thing.
We're blessed with the dreaded B string. Who the fuck thought of that?
Everything is exactly the same except it's one fret different.
I love the guy that thought of that. Set that one thing, Good Lord.
It's exactly the same except it's totally different.
You were talking. I watched this guy, Paul Gilbert, is one of my favorite mentors and guitar players. And I'm not into shred widdly stuff that he always talks about. I'm not into that. If you can play really fast, that's cool. And he can improvise really fast. That guy is above and beyond a lot of other players. However, counting, you were talking about counting, and and I know that I remember Mr. Smith gave you a video that was trying to encourage
he's done a couple of them now.
Counting, right?
I still do it.
Nice. Nice. Well, I watched Paul Gilbert. He's like, okay, for my students, it's like, all right, let's do a 12-bar blues, but we're going to come in, we're going to start it on the and of two.
Oh, brutal.
2 and. Yeah. So if you count 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2. 1 and 2.
Right.
You know, now I'm doing that very, very slowly, but we're gonna do it right.
Right.
We're gonna start it and come in on the and of 2. Man, that blew my mind because I do stuff like that, but I had never thought about that type of discipline where here you are, you're thrown under the bus. You have to start your blues riff on the and of 2. I mean, that's a cool little way to practice counting, and it's a difficult way to practice, but you can get that shit, man. That's cool.
Yeah. No, the counting is helping. I'm getting a better sense of timing, but I am actually starting to count more when I'm improvising. I lose the count a lot more when I'm improvising because I'm trying to think of two things at once, where I'm going to go because my hand doesn't know yet, so I got to look, and then I'm trying to stay with the count, and I'll miss. But I can tell the difference in... I just have to admit you're right, much as I hate to do that. You know.
Learning to count, man, it's
difficult.
Really vital, man. And you know what? Here's another thing, and we can try this over a backing track, and we should.
Okay.
But something that really helps me in counting is to play a bit of a solo and then let the rhythm track breathe a little. Just let the chords go on behind it. Be quiet for a moment. Just a few counts so that you can hear that rhythm, you can hear that drum track, and you're not playing 8th notes over, you know, a drum beat or 16th notes over. You play a little riff, you know, let it breathe for a second.
Right.
You know?
Makes sense.
You know,
I think I do that sometimes, but not on purpose
helpful.
Necessarily.
Like, oops, that note was really a bad one. I'll wait a second. Right?
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'll get to the end of
a way that
something.
you can, or a great learn scales. Learn some
portable
riffs.
Portable riffs.
Yeah.
See, I do my.
But
what did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I do the circle first. You know, I do that, and then I start doing this. Yeah, I can't. Quit showing off.
I'm inspired.
And then I just do them. I've got the major scale pattern okay on doing this.
Perfect.
Whoops. So I just do that, and then I just go. I move up one, and then I do it again and again. I just do it. If I screw up, I start that one over, and I do it till I don't screw up, and then I go up again until I get up to the top where I am done.
Yeah.
Makes my arms sore.
Yeah.
And then then like I was saying earlier, sometimes I'll just randomly start like here. Okay, it took me a minute to figure it out, but I don't know what note I started on. I can't tell you that. I don't know that yet, but I know that was the right major scale. That was a major scale for that note.
Yeah. It's funny. Mark just typed in there, think of AIC riff, right? And he was talking about portable riffs, you know. I think I've played that over every single backing track I've done in the last month. Every
now
single
I understand
time.
what he meant.
There's also riffs like portable riff or portable riffs, you know. Portable riffs.
And then you mix those with other portable riffs, and pretty soon you got new riffs. And
yes, and that's where I feel like I feel like I run like playing over a piece of a backing track that's 3 minutes long.
mm-hmm.
No, I feel like, man, I fucking played every riff that I got. But at the same time, I'll become scaly. I'll start playing a scale. Now it sounds like I'm playing a fucking scale in the guitar solo.
Right.
Even though it's melodic and it might be rhythmically triplets or something like that, I might do the same riff, the same 4 notes, 8, 10 different ways in one improvised guitar solo. But having to have riffs memorized that you can just throw in at any moment, and therein lies my respect for Paul Gilbert. Because that guy's got 8 billion, million, trillion, zillion riffs. He could play one solo and really almost literally not play the same note twice, and every note will be perfect. It's amazing how that guy can do it. And that's in a 5-minute long guitar solo.
Right.
So I feel like I kind of I run out of riffs. And I play live enough, and I play by myself enough that I think people that listen to me solo become, oh, there's that riff again. There's that riff again.
Like the AIC one that you just throw that in there, right?
Absolutely. And I'm doing that for that point that Mark just made, which was just magic, perfect. Those portable riffs,
Yeah.
Sometimes there's riffs, and there's thousands of them that you can do that with. I mean, classic guitar solo licks. What's the think of a famous guitar solo that you can like hear play the riff from. I mean,
I haven't practiced this for a while, but I haven't done that for a long time, and that's way slow. That's Hot Rod Lincoln. You're supposed to go. I mean, you're fucking flying. You watch him do it. Oh. Yep.
I can't even play that shit.
I know. I watched him. I can't think of his name right now, but he gave lesson. It's on YouTube. He gave a lesson on how to start doing that riff, and he's funny as hell. I recommend anybody go watch him. The guy is funny as hell.
How's that? That's whatever that fucker used. Anyway, there's Stairway to Heaven riff.
Yeah. Well, and you can take those same riffs and you can change the rhythms of them too. And then you've got the same notes with a different rhythm. They're literally the same note, and they won't sound the same. You won't recognize them as the same song.
Yeah. Well, having said all of that and like talked about a lot of ways to approach and like trying to find portable riffs and things like that.
Sure.
Let's find a backing track and have our way with it for a few minutes.
Whoops. I accidentally stopped sharing, so you pick a backing track and then I'll go find one. If you want to do that way. So, because I just accidentally closed the window.
Yeah, let's see if I can, I'll find one that's, give me a moment here. like personality wise, let's try a minor blues guitar backing track. All right, I'm gonna do a search for minor blues. Give me a moment.
Sure.
Guitar backing track. A minor blues in A. Minor blues guitar backing track. G minor. G, all right.
Yeah, I'll figure it out, or I won't. That's kind of what I do when I play.
Okay. I don't know.
I don't hear anything. You gotta
Okay.
share it.
Give me a moment here. Okay. So that's G minor to C minor, or G. C minor.
I'm not hearing it. Why can't I hear it? I can hear your guitar.
I'm sorry.
I can't hear the backing track.
Sorry. Now you can. Yeah. Or forgive me, I didn't have it added to the stream. Here we go.
Wrong note. You ready? Yep.
Our place wasn't, so I'm not able to switch anything in StreamYard right now.
Yeah, it just chopped up a little bit on you. You're muted.
Okay.
There, and I can hear you.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. This type of activity is going to be almost impossible using my computer as a host.
Yeah,
just
we just
because
have to
it's
set it
too
up.
slow.
We'd stream it through mine.
Unfortunately, we might have to do that. But yeah, the unfortunate thing, you guys, is that I don't have a new computer that I bought, and it's really a bummer because we'd be able to do this very easily. So I can tell right now that I could probably go spend $400 to $500 and have a computer that will do everything that I'm trying to do, and it would be nothing to that machine, unfortunately. So I'm gonna zip my lip right there with regard to that. So it's a bummer that I can't do this, because it would be really fun to be able to do this right now. And the moment I go to play a YouTube backing track while we're streaming, this computer says,
just
I ain't
computer
doing
can't
that."
handle it.
And it, yeah, it is not my internet connection. I can watch stuff at 4K on all day long. That's not the issue.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it aligns good. That's cool. What happened right then was that my StreamYard did the typical, your camera and your microphone lost connection. The little red boxes that pop up. Yeah, that's processing power in the computer.
Yep. It's just
not
processing.
Internet, it's
like I told you, I'm thinking about upgrading this, and if a case and a motherboard happen to fall into my hands, and then those things that I'm using right now can into that case and then ended up at your place, I don't know. Shit can happen. So.
Well, I
know my processor works.
Looking for. Yeah, I'm curious. Yeah. What we could try is to have you host the backing track and see if that works.
Well, we could try it. I don't mind doing it.
Let's just give that a shot. And I am going to get a new computer. I promise everybody I'll have a new computer. The one that works. Brand spanking new one that works.
Let me back up. I should be able to find.
Largemouth bass. And it's interesting. You put up that. Yeah, I'm unable to. I'm not in a YouTube, so I can't right click and open.
No worries. No worries. Yeah, same.
Neither one of us are watching the actual.
Yeah, I'm not watching a stream on YouTube. I'm watching the chat in StreamYard.
Yeah, so we can't grab those links.
Present, share screen. This here, and share. And then let me hit the play button here real quick. You don't have to show the track, but this is, I just grabbed a random one.
I have to add it to the... And that's working fantastically right now, and I'm able to do stuff.
Okay, you do stuff. Your turn. You got Jip before. bit.
You are too.
Not on you, but
Yeah. Yeah. The backing to the YouTube track is cutting out every once in a while.
okay. Well, we'll just try this again.
Yeah. I'm not
Another
paying for
time
Lander.
when. Yeah.
Lander
We'll
costs.
figure something out.
Lander costs money to use, Mitch, and NDI is. It's free and it works flawlessly. This is not the audio issues we're having is not NDI. You do have to use a little bit of and just to touch on that subject, I use a little bit of a delay on my audio from a YouTube stream or YouTube video if I'm playing it, but NDI is really a great. It's free. Just download it, install it, and you can use it as a VST plugin on your master bus in whatever DAW you're using, and use it as an audio source in StreamYard, and you've got your DAW going.
Yep.
Yeah, it's easy.
That's exactly how I'm doing it right now.
What's that?
I said that's exactly how I'm doing it right now.
Yeah.
People probably want to see you. Right now, I think they're only looking at me because you didn't change a scene.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So it's they're just looking at
I'm not a
at
very
big
good
me.
director.
Neither am I,
We're
as we
having
found out this afternoon.
Front of house engineer, lead guitar player, host, director. Like wearing like 6 hats right now.
At least.
Okay.
And I'm not wearing any.
Right. Well, Richard, there we go. Now I got to give him a different angle, a little bit.
A different angle. Yep.
All right.
I got a new arm.
A new arm.
Camera arm. Yeah, not this arm. Camera arm.
Oh.
So
yeah.
I'm
It's
gonna
like,
I'm
did
gonna
you
be
have
able
surgery?
to I'm gonna be able to flop sides on the other camera, and I'll be able to put another camera angle over here, so I can take the camera from right there, clamp it onto this desk, and then I've got another camera angle on me like you do, and I can still use it as my overhead on the bench. So.
Oh yeah, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I basically have 3 different cameras going right now, which is another thing that this computer doesn't do well. And I could have 4, but I've got that one, this one, and then I've got my pedal board lit up too.
Mm-hmm.
Look at that pedal board.
That's amazing.
Isn't that sweet?
Yeah.
It's just
yeah.
it's so massive.
Yet it's simple.
Yep. And I can turn my delay on and off. I can turn my reverb on and off. Reverb. No reverb. Delay. And then I can tap my delay.
Wow, that's cool.
I can turn the chorus effect on. And I can
That's
switch
the
to
kind
a
of pedal
clean.
board I need.
Yeah, it makes using the all these neural DSP to be able to step on a pedal and do stuff. Man, dude, it's
Instead of clicking the mouse or sliding or turning the knob or yeah.
And even in OBS now, there's a MIDI controlled. You can download an NDI MIDI function that will let you use a MIDI controller. Obviously, I've been doing that for a long time with those little push button things that you see guys have on their desk.
Yeah.
But
the Elgato things and other such stream.
But you still have to use your finger to push it, and if you're playing guitar, that's out of the question. I've gotten pretty good at making change. I got pretty good at making changes with my mouse. By you gotta get yourself to hit a note.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
It can be done.
Just a second. I'm gonna start. I gotta change this.
That note's gonna end any minute now. Wait, I got my mouse.
Yeah.
No.
Well, this is fun. I want to do this. I want to figure this out. And like I said, if I upgrade mine, there's a possibility that you'll get my old parts. No good deed goes unpunished.
Oh,
brother.
jeez.
So.
Yeah. Well. Yeah. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm
I'm
definitely.
just saying if it
looking at
comes to
them.
that,
But
I know this shit works.
yeah. Well, maybe I could help buy you parts for yours. In fact, I've got a video card right here that's worth I don't know how much.
Yeah. There you go.
So I promise you that computer will not work, though. I promise that. I made sure that no one will ever use that thing again. So unfortunately, I had to destroy something because it was just no one deserves to have that product in their home.
I don't blame you a bit.
Yeah, the parts in it, though, some of the parts in it are pretty fucking badass as far as I know.
Yeah. I was looking today because, like I said, I'm thinking about upgrading this because there's a limit to. I have a Tai Chi. It's a ASRock is the name of the company, and it's called a 470X Tai Chi. That's the name of the motherboard, and it's an AMD, which is a Ryzen socket. And I don't care if it's Intel or Ryzen. I just picked Ryzen. They do the same thing. So anyway, I bought the Ryzen 5 3600, which at the time was next to the top of the line, unless you went to a different motherboard and then you got into the Ryzen 7, Ryzen 9s, big boy stuff. So I bought that, and this is a 6-core 12-thread processor that runs at, well, it can be overclocked to 4.1 gigs, so it runs plenty fast for doing this kind of stuff. Now, for video processing, it's going to suffer a little bit on the cores because it probably could use 8 or 10 cores to do the video rendering. But as far as the audio stuff, other than my own mistakes, you've worked through this whole thing since inception, since I bought this computer, getting me through my sound journey and figuring stuff out. It's all been my inexperience with understanding software and how to dig into it and understand what's going on. This stuff works fine for audio. So,
well, this old shuttle machine works great, but when I'm asking it to do everything that I'm asking it to do, it's not. It's 13 years. I think it's 13 years old.
Yeah.
I don't know. Were i5 processors around 13 years ago?
Yes, they were. That would be the second generation of the i5s, I think. Matter of fact, I think I have either an i5 or an i7 in my laptop.
Yeah.
And it's about the same age as yours.
Yeah. And the thing does a great job when I'm just sitting here by myself or I'm just streaming, straight to YouTube from OBS. It works fantastically.
Yeah.
But doing all
just
this
can't
extra
handle the
stuff
extra
with
work.
Trying to do all this StreamYard stuff. And I don't know, StreamYard's a free program, so it's definitely not terribly efficient.
It works okay for free. I mean, it's now that I've gotten past some of the idiosyncrasies of it.
Yeah.
It's serviceable. But next time we do this, I'll do like we did earlier. I'll do the stream and start that. We seem to have fewer audio problems when I was doing that earlier. Although there were a couple instances of some glitchy stuff, but
well, and I know that there are guys doing this exact thing. There's nothing complicated about doing this. It's maintaining who's playing and then like what I experienced tonight was right in the middle of my guitar solo, the music glitched, which timing is everything.
Yeah,
so
it throws you off. Now you're not in time with the track anymore.
I'm like, and it always would be right at that perfect spot where it would make me sound like shit, and I despise that. going on
Yep.
other people's streams and I'm playing and there's clicks or glitches or anything like that. Fuck, I don't want people to hear that. It's unfair to them. And I'm not being a snob about my sound, but I deserve
Countless
to be a snob
hours you
about
have
my
spent
sound.
making sure you have good sound, Marshall.
Right.
I mean,
And-
literally countless hours you have spent to make sure you
dude.
have good sound.
Well, and here's the other thing is that, never forget who you're fucking with here. Because if it will go wrong, you're seeing it, you're witnessing it. But I also ordered a pedal that will eliminate me having to use any of these VSTs that I have on my computer.
That'll
And
take
it's
a lot of load off of
A
that.
month and a half late as we speak.
Right.
Like,
That's
it's
that
not here yet.
IH pedal, or what's it
The
called?
IR2, man. I'm waiting.
IR2,
Once I get that,
yeah.
I got my pedal board. I can run it into here and absolutely use no processing power in my computer whatsoever for Petrucci or any of that shit. And
Yeah.
all of that adds up. All of that, and technically what I could do right now is just turn off turn off all this shit, bypass this, and just turn my fucking amp on. And play through
there's no-
this, because then I don't have
it-
all...
Yeah, no processing power there, is there?
Nah. And this stuff, if you look at my, we figured that, remember that thing that was weird today, that limiter was adding so much.
Oh
was
yeah,
shocked.
that was crazy. It went from 35 to 55% or something like that. Just putting a limiter on your vocal, that was weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It's gonna be illegal drug
this
sounds,
master
folks.
bus, that limiter does a oh boy. That's, yeah. So I may need to
Don't be
consider
like the
doing that.
Falco
But when I
kids.
get that pedal,
bad for
the
you.
cool thing, the cool thing about that pedal is that I'll have basically everything that I have: a wah pedal, a compressor. I've got my whole pedal board over here
Right.
that has basically everything that's in John Petrucci's fucking amp rig. All of this. I have all this stuff. It has a cab IR and it has the delay effects, only I have these shut off because currently the Petrucci plugin, when you turn the delay off, it just kills it.
Yeah.
It just it kills it, whereas a Petrucci, I'm using, you can hear my delay. Let me show you my pedal board real quick, just to kind of give you an idea of where our Neural DSP has dropped the ball. So I've got my delay on, now it's off, right? And
Right.
I turn it back on. I turn it off and it continues to tail. And the reason that's happening is because rather than using the Petrucci delay plugin, let me, oops. Let's go back to this. Hang on. Here's my effects chain on my. So I've got Archetype Petrucci. I'm using the amp and the wah pedal and all the other shit, but the effects are turned off. The delay and the reverb. This is all bypassed. I'm using
Right.
Clean EX because with the delay, right? You see me turn it off? It's
Yep.
off right now. Now it's on here. I'll turn the feedback way up. I'll turn the mix way up, right? That's what a delay pedal should do. And that's what my old Boss DD5 pedal does. It's 30 fucking years old. And they
Tailing off
can't even
like
put that in. And I guarantee you, when you use the Petrucci delay, and we'll just bypass this. When you use the Petrucci delay, I'll turn this back on. Now, the delay's off right now. Now it's on. It's off instantly.
It's gone, yeah.
And I promise you, I promise you that John Petrucci's delay pedal does not do that.
Does not do that.
There's no. It may do it in one moment, but when he turns that delay off, the tails continue to go, and that's just typical. That's just their short sight in that, and they are updating them. Which let's see, Gojira X got that same thing in it, so I updated Gojira, and now the delays tail out like an old 30-year-old fucking delay pedal that I've been using for 30 fucking years. So nonetheless, so when I get that. When I get the IR2, it will have the same stereo type field, and I'll be able to do all that stuff and not have to worry about running so much stuff. Jeez.
Yeah, our systems are very similar, Mitch. I was just reading he's got the. I actually looked at the B450 board when I bought the X4 or the 470X Tai Chi. And I honestly knew more about computers then than I ever did at any other point in my life. I will upgrade this computer hopefully until I die, because I don't, after your experience, I don't really want to buy a built one, but I damn sure don't want to fucking build another one from scratch. This was not easy to do. Putting the screws in and making the wires go here and there, that was easy. But when you start setting up a computer from bare bones, putting your operating system, and then first you got to make sure your BIOS is this, and then you got to make sure you got your operating system updated. Then it just goes on and on and on. It takes you 2 hours just to get the thing up to where you're sitting at the home screen of Windows.
Yep.
Trust
me. Ask me how many times I've done that in the last fucking year.
I know.
Jesus.
But I did that voluntarily, Marshall, because I built my own computer. I wanted to build my computer, and I'm happy with it. I've had this thing for 5 years. It performs as well today as it did 5 years ago. Yeah. And today is the first day it's ever gotten cleaned, as a matter of fact, in 5 years. I took it apart today and cleaned the dust bunnies out. Boy, did they need to get out of there. But the point is this computer has a GPU in it. It's a NVIDIA 1060 GTX, which is like 10 generations ago for GPUs. It has 6 gigs of RAM. I don't know what speed it runs at, but all I ever play is Warcraft if I play, so it's low graphics anyway. It's not like I'm, trying to kill the fucking Japanese soldiers in World War II, whatever the sim thing is 3D. That you're doing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And stuff. So when I built this, I built it for gaming. So now doing the music and sound, this thing is idles along. When we were comparing numbers, and this is my point. When we were comparing numbers, mine was what, 20 to 35%?
Yeah.
At all times, and that was with backing tracks running and my amps going and sims, and I use all the VSTs. Because I don't have an amplifier, I don't have any pedals. Well, I've got one. Right. I've got one pedal.
Right. Well, and then that new computer, aside from the muting and glitching and all the shit, I could run 38 neural DSP instances with every fucking effect in them turned on, everything.
Right. But turn on a YouTube video and then it just lost its fucking mind.
That thing. Yeah. Well, or playing here with Reaper, it worked for 2 days really well. Well, and then when it got used to exactly, because everybody that knows Hewlett-Packard's artificial intelligence programming they learn what you do with them.
Yep.
And this one learned that I like to use audio, and it went, okay, let's just mute the audio randomly. We ain't gonna get to use a fucking audio in that ever.
Yeah. It
knew the old one. It's just been that was so disappointing. I was so excited about it, and
I know we could all feel your excitement, and we were all disappointed with you. Trust me, it dashed all of our hearts. We hated to see your enthusiasm die. That sucked ass. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah. And it's even personal because I have friends that worked for that company for decades
Yes.
and lost their jobs because of COVID and shit, which is even more tragic. And then they were the ones that friends had recommended, dude, get one, just buy it directly from them. You'll fucking, and which one should I get? Even recommending the models and stuff. And then he just sold me a fucking lemon.
Yeah.
And they didn't fix it. They told me they fixed it twice. And not
the
to
second
mention,
time they got it back, they should have just sent you a different computer.
Fucking A, dude.
Period.
I sent them a letter. After this happened, and I said, hey, this is what's happening. I want you to take this machine back, and I want you to send me the newest model of this machine that you have available right now on the market. And they straight up said, no, we cannot do that. Okay.
Wow.
Guess how many nice things I'm ever going to say about you?
Yeah, that's sad.
Nothing.
It's sad, and it's
Nothing.
too bad because that's it. I have some of their products here.
Yeah, I won't. If I have,
And I know that's why I'm deliberately not using the name. I have, I'm using generic terms.
Yeah.
So
those guys, man, it's
sad.
so disappointing.
It's sad. And like I said, the worst part of the personal side of it for me is you're one of my best friends, and watching you go from, man, this is the rocket, I'm about to come, and then, dude, it was terrible. Yeah,
but I've had
it was
tons of
almost
people,
something that made you feel like crying.
Yeah, I can fix it. No, you can't fucking fix it. I'm sorry they fucking built something that was absolutely destroyed. There was nothing good about that thing. Yeah. Even after they replaced the fucking motherboard, it still didn't work.
Yeah, it was no good.
No
good.
Yeah, it was almost like it was. I say it all the time. Never forget who you're fucking with here, because if it will go wrong, it will go wrong in the worst way.
Mitch, you and I'd get along just fine if we were neighbors. So you're talking about cable management and his last thing there. When I was looking at my computer today because I had it all apart, and it's a fairly modern case. It has some built-in nooks and crannies for running your cables through to make it look neat on the inside, because one side of it's glass. Well, I don't have all the light stuff on. Everything's literally turned off except for what can't be turned off. Yeah. It does all that RBG, whatever the fuck it is, colored light shit. And I was looking at it today, and it was so hard looking at that because I did it 5 years ago, and it's the first time I've ever done any cable management. And I'm looking at it going, ooh, if I just took those out and then brought them this, I could make... And I'm like, no, don't start disconnecting things. Just clean it and put it back together.
Yeah.
He made that about the cable management. I thought, I know the struggle is real. Looking at that, I could make it better. Yeah, I'm better at it now.
You should see the cable management I got going here. Just in my room alone, I got fucking 8 billion wires going every which way.
The sea of wires in front of me here on the floor. Some of which I went through today, of course, on the computer. I have 10 USB items connected to this computer.
Yeah.
10.
And
I have a hub that has 4 more ports. Yeah.
I have 12 USB items plugged into this one. Yeah. And I have two 4-port powered USB 3.0 ports on it.
One of mine is only powered at 5 volts now because I accidentally bumped the way I double-sided taped it on the top of the computer box case.
Oh, yeah.
I had the cable, the plug, the AC plug stuck into it, and I caught it with my knee as I turned away from my chair one day. Broke that fucker right off. Done.
Yeah.
So it just gets USB power only now, but I can transfer files with it and stuff like that. So, yeah.
Nice. Yeah, and this thing, this old machine, I'll tell you what, after hooking it up and running it and then unhooking it and hooking the new one up, the old clunker, the piece of shit up, and then hooking that all up and getting that running, and then having to send that back and rehooking this one up and then getting it running again. It just did everything it always did, which is everything pretty fucking well, except for being slow. Too slow to do what I wanted to do. And I'm asking it to do way too much. Then I get that one. I mean, I've had this thing all hooked up and then all disconnected and then all hooked up again and then all disconnected. I think I've done that in the last year. Goddamn.
Too many
4 or
times.
5. Yeah, bunches of
Too
times.
many
And this last time, dude, this thing is really purring like a kitten. This old machine. I mean, aside from just not being able to do this sort of stuff.
It was this thing here. I got the dust bunnies out of it. The fans are quieter. The one fan that didn't work, well, it didn't work because there was a huge dust bunny stuck in it. It couldn't turn. But to its credit, being set there frozen for all this time, however long it's been stuck, it didn't burn out the motor. I got it on, and it just started right up and spinning. No noises. No. This is completely silent. Zero problems with these fans. So, hey,
What
GV's
track?
out there. Welcome.
Oh, Great Benzini, hello, man.
Yeah, yes, that's it. We're the 3 Oregon Musketeers. You mean Vanzini?
Oregon in the house, yeah. I'm gonna go grab a soda pop real quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah, it's all good. It's all good.
Drink. No,
That's
maybe
what she said.
It's 11. Nah, it's beer 30.
Yeah, I don't either, Mitch. I actually went into the I think I had to go into the BIOS settings on the motherboard to turn off the lights that always stayed on. There were some lights on the motherboard itself, RGB, whatever the fucking thing is called, that never shut off ever. And then they would flash or they would breathe. And it was, yeah, I didn't, so I turned that off. I have every light off inside the computer that can be turned off. And I think one LED works on one fan because it's just powered off of the fan. I would have to, like, unsolder it out of there, and I'm not going to do that. So it's just a tiny little LED. But yeah, I don't understand the whole RGB thing. I like the backlighting behind my TV, and it'll be cool when I get this done. I think it's going to look really nice when I get these attached to the back of the TV. And then I'm going to also get my green screen up in the next few weeks, probably 2-3 weeks. So I'll be able to hang my green screen behind me and play with that again. That'll be fun. Are you getting ready to serenade us again, Marshall?
Yeah, I just turned off. I just turned off my neural DSP stuff, and I turned on my good old fashioned amplifier.
Using Kettner. I love how that thing looks. I would buy one of those that didn't work just to have it lit up. Just to have it lit up. Okay? That's how bad I am. That's fucking cool. Oh, that sounds so good. Ooh, yeah. Keep doing that. I'm gonna make some coffee. That's yeah. I'm digging that.
That thing, the old Hughes and Kettner still works, man. It's not bad. You're muted, my friend, by the way.
Oh, what I was saying was we couldn't hear the backing track. If there was one. Okay, yes, you were. It was up here. I play that backing track quite often, and I like to do it best. Now this is gonna sound a little naughty, but it's not. I like to do it best in the dark. Shut all the lights off. Oh, so you're hearing my coffee brew. So I can't
nice.
not do that.
Sounds good.
But, yeah, that thing sounds amazing.
Yeah,
that Hughes
I like that it's not. I like that it's not real high gain. You know, for playing in a band. I mean, if you're in Metallica, you don't need much more than that.
Nope.
You know, because you got two of them going. No.
Yeah.
A little weird right there.
That tone is mighty fine.
Yeah, it works. I hear that coffee going. I'm like, what the fuck is making noise in my place here? Yeah. It's like it's coming in.
It's
stereo.
the sound of joy.
Yeah.
It's the sound of joy.
Mark, send me a link to that backing track that you had put up there.
Oh,
earlier.
yeah. Shoot that message.
I can't like message shit to me or I don't know. Even if it shows even in the chat, this is free software.
You could copy and paste out of the chat. I think you could just copy and paste out of the chat.
Let me see. Can I? I can't even do that. Hold your
Tanner,
mouse.
I want Little Wing.
I'm not playing any Hendrix. You'll never hear me cover You'll never hear me cover Hendrix. Nobody plays it as good as Hendrix.
I'm sure he knows that.
I don't care. I don't even. How does Little Wing go? Is that? Is that?
Oh man, I'm not sure.
I can't think of that riff. I
can't either.
I was never a fan of Hendrix, to be honest. Or
at the time, he was the only one really doing it. I mean, there were others out there, but he was mainstream. Yeah.
E minor, G. I can't think of the riff. It's just not coming to me.
Yeah.
I'm certainly not any kind of Jimi Hendrix fan. I know, shoot me. I don't even really like the Beatles. Forgive me. I know I just said that.
That's why music is subjective.
I don't know. I'm not a child. My mom, they were so satanic. So satanic that Jimi Hendrix 14. Are you kidding me? Oh Jesus, dude. Let's see. I don't know if I can play this and play along with it. Just because you asked, I will try. Let's see if this will. Let me close that window. I'll try, because now I don't have my. I don't have. Hang on just a second. Okay. Hang on. Let me stop this. Let's see, share screen. I'm gonna try. I went to that. And I'm gonna add to. Okay. There it is. And let me see if I can make this work. I don't know if this will work or not, just because we're old school.
Can hear it. Might bring it up a bit if you can.
It's really quiet.
Yeah, it is really quiet. I'm gonna mute.
All right, that was long enough.
That was pretty fucking
I
amazing.
played for about 12 fucking minutes straight. Oh. Yeah, now I know why the G3 thing always does that at the very end of their night. Whew. That's a pretty cool riff to play guitar over. And I didn't run out of licks.
No, you didn't. You didn't.
I didn't seem to run out of licks. I might have done the same thing. And what was the phrase that you used earlier, Mark? Hang on, let me. Everybody's just looking at me.
Best
what were they
jam track
called?
ever, he says.
What are they called? Foolproof riffs or
Portable
What
riffs.
portable riffs?
Portable riffs. Yeah.
Uh huh.
Mm-hmm. You always listen for the AIC now. Every time you're doing any kind of an improv, I always listen for that, because you don't put it in the same way. Sometimes the rhythm's different, but the notes are always clear.
And that's what I tried. I really, with that one, I just had to play it very slowly because of the timing of the song and all that stuff.
Right.
But there's another. That lick right there. Hendrix used that 4 times in that song, probably that exact same riff.
Right.
You know. I was just thinking of like all the portable riffs I did in that song. The whole minor second thing where I was doing, you know. It
was watching a master at work. Clearly I should listen, because I do. When you speak, when you do, every time we get together, no matter how we do it, I learn something from you every time, every single time.
Well, I appreciate that, man. It makes me feel good to be able to share stuff with people. And I spent 13 years of my life learning to play this thing, got pregnant, and had to basically throw this thing away.
Right.
I mean, and raise a child and do all of that. And, I still played while I was married and raising a child, but boy,
Well, sure you did.
that was not my life plan. I was going to be a rock star.
Gonna go on tour.
I think I could have done it. I believe I could have done it. The guys I was playing with, and, dude, you should have heard these guys I was playing music with. And I am nothing compared to what I was back then, man. Nothing. I've lost so much.
Well, yeah, because if you don't, but guitar, music, any kind of a musical talent, there are some innate things, but if you don't use those things that you've learned, you will not retain them. You will have to relearn them. Muscle memory may come back more quickly, but you still have to relearn them if you don't do the stuff. And I wish I would have been more in tune with where I am now when I started playing. Understanding that the circle of fourths meant what it was. I mean, I knew the circle of fourths was a circle of fifths backwards, yada, yada. That was all easy to see. But the relationship to the keys and the notes and the things like that, that was all new information for me. Everything about that was something new for me.
Yeah.
And still is to some extent. But, yeah. So, what a journey.
Yeah, it's life.
I was just going to learn how to play a couple of songs for me, so I could sit around by myself, get stoned, play myself a little, maybe a little Skinner,
Yeah. Well, Mark just said it. Learn the Hendrix chords, and you're all the way. You got to know the dominant sevens,
I'll get there.
Flat, sharp 9.
I'll get there. I'm palm mute and half-ass chugging, blues playing, almost know a scale or two, got 3 notes down on the fretboard and maybe a couple of chords kind of guy now. Like you said, how was it you phrased it, Marshall? You said, you are dangerous. You told me when I was visiting. Right now, you are dangerous. So.
Hey, Preston, get some rest, brother. We'll see
Take
you
care,
soon.
man. Yeah. I should probably be thinking about the same thing. Finish this coffee. I gotta watch the Sick Week. Vice Grip Garage dropped the day 3 of Sick Week. I gotta go see Fastest Times Run.
That did hit today, didn't it?
Yep. Oh, I'm such a sucker for him.
Oh, dude. Yep. I mean, I don't watch a lot of television, but I do watch a bit of YouTube.
I watch a lot of YouTube, and I watch a lot of these content creators like him that do the mechanical and the fabrication and the just
fun.
Yeah.
You
I
guys
find
are
it
amazing.
fascinating. All right, next time we get together, we'll do this again, because I definitely want to do this again, Marshall. I think that I'll try streaming it next time, unless you have found the computer of your dreams and you're ready to embark on a new journey.
Right.
And I say that with all of the sincerity that I can muster right now.
Man.
So yeah, maybe a tinge of sarcasm, but yeah, I'll stream.
Right.
I'll do the host thing, and then we'll figure it out. You guys, I'm just gonna warn you all right now. I'm just gonna say it right now. I'm not gonna be as smooth as Marshall was on the swap and the thing and the. I left the stream like 4 times today trying to do like that. He just did the thing. And I left 4 times. I left the stream. Not this one, but the one he and I had the private stream. Yeah. And I'm just trying to change it just from him to me. That's all. I got to click a square.
You know what? And real quick, what I discovered was that box. If you want to solo somebody, there's a box over their down in the waiting room or the green room.
Yeah.
You can just click on that box and it makes you solo. And I click on the other one and
but
makes
what
me
I was
solo.
doing, the way my screen is set, I was coming across the bottom and up, and when I did that, I would activate the remove button, and I would click too soon before I got all the way on, and that's how I ended up leaving the stream. So then I started going over the top and down.
Yeah. I can see how, yep. And, I might have just done that because you said that earlier, but that's how you did, and the whole stream, the backing track, all you got to do is share it so that the audio from it goes into the...
You could show anything you want, any of your camera angles, any of your guests, whatever you want to put up on the screen, you can.
And you have to be careful about playing videos from YouTube tracks like what I just played along with. You have to be careful about actually playing those videos on your stream because you will get blocked. For that.
Oh, I've had a couple. I had one guy that sent me it was a copyright claim, but he wanted me to remove it as well. This is not the Ben Coombs guy. This is a backing track person that says, now I'm just a soapbox for just a minute. So here's a guy, I'm going to make backing tracks and I'm going to put them on YouTube for people to play along with. YouTube is publish yourself, right? Does anybody remember those old commercials, publish yourself? Yeah. Well, if you're going to publish yourself, that means you're probably going to use said backing tracks that other guy published on there to play along with your noodles. Yeah. Well, he don't want you to have no noodles with his backing track. He wanted no. I had to remove the video. It was just bullshit. I went and commented on one of his videos because he says, "Have fun doing your thing with my backing tracks." I said, "Boy, way to misrepresent yourself in your mission statement on your description." Oh, I ripped him up.
Look, I'm waiting for somebody to steal one of my... Please steal one of my songs.
Right?
Because I wrote some really cool shit. I'm not the greatest singer in the world, but damn it, steal it. Please.
Yeah.
Play it on your show.
Yeah, I know. It's
Good lyric,
hilarious.
yeah.
Just yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that kind of stuff I don't understand. I never will. But I think it's.
Oh yeah, a claim is nothing. But if you actually play the video from it, you can get blocked. And it doesn't matter if it's a backing track. If you actually have the video playing on your YouTube stream, you will get blocked.
Like the Sheryl Crow thing at your work. You can't show pictures of Sheryl Crow.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I don't care about copyright claims. Fuck, claim it.
Yeah, I've got a bazillion copyright claims. It makes no difference. Now, the Ben Coombs thing, that was not a copyright claim. That was a takedown. That was him saying, you used my content, you can't do that, you need to remove it or I'm going to be mean to you.
Right.
I mean, that's in nice terms, but he wasn't a jerk about it. He has every right to protect his material, the stuff he created. And he was totally cool with me about it. I pulled it down. He said, "Thank you very much. Have a nice day. You might want to change a couple of things." Friendly advice, you know.
Yeah.
It was a very good experience.
He obviously doesn't want more people seeing his music or whatever his content is. Than
He has
what
a
would see it.
variety of things he does: comedy skits, music stuff, a whole bunch of stuff. But I actually subscribe to his channel. I mean, that's one of the funniest things about it. I am a subscriber to his channel.
Right.
I'm a fan.
Yeah. Okay, dude. Yeah.
Right? Yeah, YouTube is a strange place. YouTube is a very strange place.
Well,
if I play a riff and somebody wants to make the greatest love song ever from that riff, I'll be honored to let you have that. Take it to the bank, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe throw me a bone and say, I heard this from this fat guy on YouTube.
Yeah. Yeah.
Don't even have to say my name.
Yeah. And, you know, that was a good... Mitch just said something. Some will let you use their content if you give them credit. And now I've done my best to, you know, this is from Elevated Jam Tracks, or this is from, you know, so-and-so. That last Hendrix riff, the link was posted in the chat.
In the chat, yeah.
And so that's the credit right there. It was a really good backing track, by the way. It sounded great.
Yeah, if somebody wanted to drop that link in my messenger, that wouldn't bother me at all. I would try and learn a Hendrix chordy lick thing. I mean, I'm not as tall as he is or as slender, nor do I have as large a hands, but I could try.
Yeah. Yeah.
I watch him play, of course, because, you know, I mean, rock guitar, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the thumb over the top thing, that's a dream for me. My thumb barely reaches the top of the back of the neck.
Right.
Let alone rapping.
Yep. Yep. And that's who was it that said that? Paul Gilbert, once again. So when the thumb goes over the top of the neck, that's when the cool shit happens.
That's when the cool shit happens. Nice. Nice.
I never learned to do that either. I've tried to program myself to do that, to play the bar chords like Hendrix did.
It's a different... You got to twist your wrist odd.
Yeah, all your muscle memory gets turned the opposite direction that it's been
100%.
formed. And it's like, God damn, it's like throwing left-handed almost. You got to learn.
Yep.
So...
100%.
Yeah. Well, let's hang this thing up.
All right.
Thanks everybody for being here. Vanzini, it was great to see you, Mark.
Yeah, Mitch. Thanks to everybody for your input, hanging out.
Yeah. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
All right, Richard, have a good night. Thank you for hanging with me.
Good again. Take care, brother.
Appreciate it.
See you soon.
All right. Peace.
All right.